We are ready. Welcome everyone to the AdeptiCon 2026 Warmachine Keynote.
Way.
We have got an absolutely packed room. We've got a packed people at home watching on the stream, and this keynote is absolutely stacked. So there's a lot to go through. I'm going to go through the intro slides in a second. I'm going to put on the screen. We'll just cover off. We're streaming this as well to all the people that may not know what Warmachine is. So there's some slides that go over everything, including the die-hard fans as well, that I'm sure plenty of you in this room are. So can we have the first slide? Maybe. Do that. So Jamie is there as well, one of the senior product owners, right there. Alongside Sherwin, the law master, he is there as well. And the behind the scenes China as well. That makes it all work. Next one. Oh no, we're just skipping past everyone else. There we go. Okay, we have got other people as well. Kieran's not dead. We just got a black and white picture, so don't worry, he's alive. Yeah. So Kieran works with our sales team and gets all the new business. He's on the stand as well, so please say hello to him, along with his amazing painting tutorials he does. So yeah. I think we're collecting influencers this time. So Andy as well works in our logistics, and again, we'll be on the booth, so please say hello to Andy. And then it wouldn't be any party of Steamforge or Warmachine without Travis, because he's been a legend. Yeah. Okay. So we got a couple of things at AdeptiCon and online and now, so I'm just going to go through a few of these. So the convention-exclusive variant of Stormclaw, you probably have it if you're VIP. It's been about 2,000 of the bags. You might have got one through that, or it's been on our stand. This is our show model for the year, so it's out all year. So every show we do online or at the show, you'll be able to get a hold of him. He's really cool, part of the Kithguard, which Matt's going to talk about pretty in depth pretty soon. And also, we've done some really cool bundles, because what we've realized is every time we do these shows and every time we meet everyone, there's so many returning players, so many people coming back to Warmachine, so many people seeing it for the first time. So we did, especially for AdeptiCon, because it's just a huge miniature show. We absolutely love it, AdeptiCon. We did some really cool bundles that are available at the show and online, just to check out, to see, get yourself back in, get a full army, and get playing. Now, hand over to Matt, and he's going to take to the juicy things. So, yeah, Matt.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you very much. So I get to talk to you about all the fun stuff, and then these guys will follow up and back me up with all the mistakes that I make. But one of the first things I do want to talk about, because it's been a year since I stood on this stage and talked to some of you, but you've doubled in size since that time. So there's a lot of new friendly faces here. And one of the things that I want to recognize is all of you. I think some of the work that we put into Iron Kingdoms, I'm immensely proud of all of the work we put in. There was a lot of work that we had to do behind the scenes. Do I need to start again? I was on a roll there, and now I'm all in trouble. Well, I was talking about you guys, so I could start again and start all over again about how awesome you are. But I think the thing that I really want to recognize, because it's not strictly obvious, is the sense from the community of a partnership with the development team and the creative team going forward. And it's it's feedback that we get, it's working with the playtesters, it's listening to you guys as you're playing the game, and it's looking at the feedback, it's hanging out with you on Discord, and it really feels like a really healthy ecosystem and a really fun experience. So I just wanted a feedback from us. We're enjoying it, hopefully as much as you guys are, because it's really, you know, just a dream come true to be here again a year later talking to a much larger audience. So thank you very much. So those of you who saw the keynote last year will know that we talked about the 3 pillars of Warmachine, and we're going to show through the course of this keynote our commitment to that, and it maintains our maintaining our commitment to that. And we, as you know, have released numerous things that have supported various pillars. But for those of you who don't know, who might be new to Warmachine, we have right there in the middle my absolute favorite hobby, painting. It's the modeling, it's the creative, it's the storytelling at the tabletop, it's the 3D terrain, because what do we never want to see on our table? 2D terrain, ever. The casual side of things, I was going to say the fun side of things, but actually I had a bit of an epiphany when I was talking to someone the other day. It's a different type of fun. The competitive side of things, the match play as we like to call it, is intensely fun. It's exciting, it's challenging. It gives you all of that kind of buzz that you want to get better, you want to practice, you want to hone your lists, you want to, you know, challenge yourself. Whereas with the casual side of things, the fun is just different. The pressure's off a little bit. You can actually just relax in and enjoy, take some chances, try some stuff out, and, you know, just explore the game in a totally different way. So I'm really proud of the pillars that we have established and the way that we've gone on to support them. As always, we're open to feedback, and if you think we can do more, we'll absolutely do more. But right now, casual, hobby, and matched, I feel like are just about achieving parity in terms of what we're putting out, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah. So some of you who might have swung by the booth will have seen some of the Kithguard is now available on sale. Just click through. So the Kithguard is an army that is going to be launching over the next few months. It's one that's very near and dear to my heart. I do particularly enjoy Trollbloods, except when Tom turns up with 60 Brian Brubham orders. That's less fun, thanks Tom. But it is, pun intended, it is the latest army to ambush into the Iron Kingdoms. And one of the things I want to talk a little bit about with Kithguard is us starting to really build our faction identities and give them a unique feel, a unique mechanic, a unique something that makes them feel different from the other armies that are out there. So you're actually having material choices and looking for armies that are going to suit your play style and how you like to go about things. So for the Kithguard, we took the ambush mechanic and we pushed it as far as we could. We turned it up to 11. We see what can we actually do with the ambush mechanic. We tried a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and through the course of playtesting, refined it down, took out all the stuff that didn't work, and now we've ended up with an army that plays truly very differently from the other armies that are out there right now. So I urge you to have a little look at it. And if you want to come and hang out with me, I'll be in the free play area over the course of the weekend with my Kithguard. Maybe we can grab a game, or we can at least chat about them. How do they fight? What are they fighting for? So Sherwin maybe will talk us a little bit about that. Do you want to do that? It's the Kithguard and where are they fighting? I'll do it. It's fine. It's fine. I got you. I was throwing them a curveball. So the Kithguard come from Alkia. Right now, the Necrofactorium are pairing up or teaming up with the Dark Operations. They're up to no good, building a necropolis in the neighborhood. And the Kithguard were minding their own business. They were just hanging out, like, you know, in the jungle, just chilling. And then suddenly there's all these mad lads running around in the jungle. So the Kithguard have kind of woken up, got a bit angry about it. The Brian Bloods have had a little word in their ear. Next thing you know, everyone's mobilizing. There's big fights going on. So that's the exciting story that we're going to be telling over the next few months with a real focus on the Kithguard. Give me another slide. Hey, I painted some models. So funny story. So the models on the screen there were supposed to be. So one of the guys in the dev team, Stevie, he is a master with the 3D printer. So when we're playtesting a new army, we do a full print, FA complete, and then we use them for playtesting, because I just think it's so much easier to visualize what that final experience is going to be with the actual models in hand. And I said, oh, don't worry, because I'm kind of, like to think I'm quite quick at painting. Don't worry, guys, I'll do a really fast speed paint job on these. And then I started painting them, and I was like, I'll just do a little highlight. I'll just add a few little extra details. And I just got suckered into painting to a reasonably decent standard and lost myself in them. But yeah, there's some fancy models. I've got them with me if you want to have a look. Click through to the next one. Ooh. I don't have a Fortress King with me. We couldn't quite get him printed off in time. However, so you guys might have seen this. We showed this on the stream, and this is the concept art that we work to. This is what the sculptors get, and that's what they use to sculpt the models. And the end result of that process is... So the best thing about the Fortress King is he counts as a trapdoor marker for ambushing. Oh, yes. I'm not sure I should have said that. Should I have said that? I shouldn't have said that, should I? Okay. Oh, my bad. Quickly, go on, next one. So this is the concept art for Gumbjorn, or as we like to call him, Gumby JJ. But funny story about this. So Russ, our lead sculptor, some of you will have met him. He is an absolute Trollblood fanatic. He loves them to bits, and Gumbjorn was one of his favorite casters from back in the day. And when we were putting this model together and sculpting it, Russ phoned me up and said, hey, Gumbjorn always had a bazooka. Do you mind if I give him a bazooka? I'm like, fuck, oh, I can't say that, can I? I mean, hell yeah, let's do it. Let's add a bazooka. It's going to be awesome. So we added the bazooka, and me and Russ were like high-fiving virtually over Zoom. And do you want to flick through to the next bit so we can see the results? Imagine the surprise in the dev team where they said, hold on, where's this extra ranged weapon come from? Oh, I don't know. You're going to have to add a ranged weapon now, aren't you? So, yeah, Gumbjorn brings all the guns, including his personal bazooka. So, yeah, 80mm model, hefty weight. He is unbelievably strong. So, we've got a confession to make. So, last year we talked about a bunch of solos that we were going to put into the game, and we kind of forgot. So we're going to revisit that. So, okay, if you can all pretend to be surprised, I'll show you some new solos that you've never seen before for at least a year. So, ooh, Gwyn Farrell, concept art, gunnery captain, Barl Darnock. I am going to get to a good bit. Brand new. Cephalix Mind Thief, and then the last one is the Hellslinger Phantom. What was that? Who do they play for? I don't know. Let's have a quick look at the next slide, China. Oh, it's all blocked out. So, the Mind Thief. I mean, I'm only seeing the Crix logo. I don't know about the rest of you. So these are going to be rolling out with post-haste. We definitely slightly forgot about those for a little while and suddenly realized, oh, crikey, we promised a whole bunch of stuff. So as you can see, over the coming months, these are going to be releasing and hopefully making those tiny little edge case gaps in your army list a little bit more complete. So this is the new army list that's going to get added to Dust. Fane of Nyrro. We talked about it before, but now we get to show you some cool stuff. The week before we came out to AdeptiCon, Jamie, Sherwin, myself, Fraser, we're actually going through some pretty intense playtesting. We're in the very final stages of polishing and locking these guys down. Our playtesters are doing God's work helping us to balance these out because, again, this is another army where we are bringing a brand new mechanic or a brand new feel to them. And what we've looked to capture is that eternal cycle of misery that vampires exist in, where you are hungry, you need to feed. When you feed, you get cool stuff and more powerful, which makes you be able to do really cool stuff. But when you do that, you spend it and you become hungry again, and you live in this cycle of eternally being hungry and wanting more power. And that is one of the core themes that pulls a string through all of this faction. I do think Sherwin has prepared a little bit of background about who the Fane of Nyrro are and why we should pay attention to them.
No, I haven't. So do I need to dance side to side just for you? So you guys know the House Kalis are Eldritch, right? They're vampires. You got that. So, well, cool. Glad you learned. So the Fane of Nyrro are the remnants of an ancient cult, the original OG Eldritch that existed amongst the elves. And they, unlike the Eldritch we're familiar with, these guys actually forsook the gods. They abandoned them and basically sealed off their spiritual essence from the gods, which turns you into an Eldritch in Elven land. And they are very, very different to what you would expect from House Kalis. They don't have warjacks. They exist by subjugating beasts with mental control to actually take control of them. So they are warlocks and they have war beasts. They are selfish. They are arrogant. They are all those things. Actually, they're quite like normal elves. So they are selfish. They're arrogant. They're power hungry. And they are traditionally something that's been banished from all of the Elven kingdoms, except for the part where, of course, now everyone is Eldritch, it's kind of okay again. And they kind of exist in this weird mentor state where some of the elves respect their experience as Eldritch, but not so much because they're still kind of unholy and not really the best guys to be around. Anyway, I'll pass back over now.
Thank you, dude. Let's look at the models. Yeah. So this is Hysine. She's a pretty straightforward caster. Now, one of the things that Fane of Nyrro does especially well is you play very front-footed. These are all frontline casters by design. Your caster is in there and making the points. They are the ones that start the trade. They are the ones that finish the trade. Everything revolves around the caster. So these are absolutely, kind of apex predators, and Hysine with a 2-inch executioner sword is probably the pinnacle of that. So we have a number of war beasts. They all revolve around this kind of flying giant bat chassis, but this is the character for Fane of Nyrro, Cyberus. And a character unit. This character unit is particularly elusive, very hard to pin down. This is the Clivernesh. They are canon, right? They've been around for a long time. Yeah. Ashmael, Keeper of Whispers, is the spy master for this faction, for this army. He is another leader model, incredibly slippery, hard to kind of pin down. And then we have a number of UAs that are going to modify the behavior of the units to which they're attached. So there's going to be actual binary choices. Do you want a range defense UA or do you want something else? So you actually have to make, hard decisions about what UAs you attach to each of the units. And then we have the light war beast. So one of the interesting things about the Fane of Nyrro is very much a hit and run. The war beasts themselves are non-traditional in terms of their damage output. It tends to be done in layers rather than big fat alpha strikes. There's a lot of moving in, moving out, and kiting. And we really wanted to kind of capture that sort of fluid, elusive feel with this faction. And onto the heavy war beast. This is where you get a little bit more heavy lifting done. Again, with that kind of same bestial bat-like feeling to them. And I think what we recognized when we were developing Fane of Nyrro, and alongside some of the feedback that we're seeing from our retail partners and our distribution partners, and also listening to you guys giving us feedback, onboarding new players is probably the most important thing we can be doing for the foreseeable. And one of the things we recognized was the way that the boxes were kind of built up wasn't always the most intuitive for a new player or an experienced player, to be fair. So what we're looking to do is reframe the way that the box sets are. So if you are encouraging someone in your store to get into the game, it's going to be a lot easier for you to point to any one of the boxes and say, hey, there's a fully playable, coherent army within that box. So they will be initially a 30-point box, and then you can add some war beasts. We're going to be breaking out the war beasts into separate boxes. So it's a lot easier for you to pick up a 30-point box, add a couple of war beasts, take you up to 50, and then one of the other boxes is also going to have a 50-point self-contained list in it that you then kind of munge together with the other boxes to start creating your lists. I think the one thing that I do want to just stress on this is the heavies that we put into these army boxes are pre-loadouts. They are still configurable, but they will come with one configuration. All of the other bits you need for the configuration will be in the War Beast box or the Light War Beast box, and that helps us kind of make sure that we keep that price point at a really sensible point, and also it helps, we find or believe with new players, that it's a preloaded War Beast, so it's some of those decisions that we've taken for them to make it a lot easier for them to get those models onto the table. So I don't know, there's not a date on there. What's the date on this? Yeah. Oh, Lock and Load EU. Oh, I didn't even see that. I just saw. So when's Lock and Load EU? It's in May, isn't it? Yeah, May. So Lock and Load EU in May to mirror the Lock and Load US that is going to happen in October, November time. We are launching another wave of merch. It's going to come out at that point. Some of the t-shirts and hoodies that we had from last time are going to still be included, but there'll be new designs and everything. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. And if you guys could possibly come over to Europe and hang out with us, you'd be more than welcome. I'd love it. We have ongoing right now P3 Grandmasters. There's some amazing entries in the cabinet on the booth. So if you haven't had a chance to have a look at those, do have a look at those. If you have some models in your bag that you think you should be entering, please do enter it. We're going to be judging them on Saturday. We have some wonderfully handsome chaps and myself to do the judging. And we're very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, right? Yeah. Cool. Do I talk about the press gang a bit? I'll talk about the press gang a bit. Oh, you want to talk about it? No, Jamie, who wants to hear from Jamie?
Hello. So, the Press Ganger program, obviously vitally important to both the history of Warmachine and, as we decided, the future of Warmachine as well. Longshanks has been a platform that a lot of people have used unofficially for a long time for tournament organization software. We are now officially partnering with Longshanks to work on the Press Ganger program. As it says, the system goes live at the end of April. It's very simple. If you are running tournaments, you are a Press Ganger. You will accrue Press Ganger points. When you have Press Ganger points, you'll get access to exclusive Press Ganger merch. It's that simple. You run tournaments, you're a Press Ganger. Well done. And of course, not just tournaments, other events as well, as Matt was talking about before. I've slipped back into an old format there. But also hobby events, also narrative events, casual events. You run events, you're a Press Ganger. Iron Gauntlet, crucially important as one of our pinnacles of competitive play. For those who are unaware of the Iron Gauntlet, we run qualifiers throughout the year. You'll score points to the Iron Gauntlet qualifier leader table, and then you'll be invited to play at the Iron Gauntlet finals, either in Europe for the Lock and Load Europe or in America for Lock and Load US, as we run in November. We're going to be doing some small updates to Iron Gauntlets, just in terms of the rules of how Iron Gauntlet formats are run. The main one for there is, we've seen a couple of Iron Gauntlet qualifiers early this year that were invitational events to get into the Iron Gauntlet qualifier. We want all Iron Gauntlet qualifiers to be open events so that anybody can attend, so we're not going to be allowing that anymore. All Iron Gauntlet qualifiers will be open attendant events. Karen. And we have a video.
I love that explosion. So, I mean, look, I don't want to stand here and read a slide to you, but Lock and Load is starting to ramp up. You're going to hear a lot about it. Tickets are going to be going soon. They're live now. The early birds end soon, and then we'll go on to just general release after that. We're up to quite a large number of people so far. The venue that the guys have found is incredible. It's a dedicated exhibition area in Sheffield. Sheffield's quite famous for steelworks in the UK, like metalworks. So it has that real kind of industrial, heavy metal kind of feel to it. So really looking forward to this. Going to be a lot of fun. Expect all the stuff that we do at Lock and Load US, but we're going to do it maybe with a slight French accent over in Europe. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. Hold on. We need to do a selfie. Don't we? There we go. Right, can you all squeeze in? Squeeze in. Give me your war faces. Ah! Thank you. Right, give me the next one. Did I miss anything important? No. Don't forget. So the organised play kit. So we have an organised play kit for competitive events out at the moment. Sherwin is taking lead on the Tales for the Frontline OP kit. So that'll be available to get into your stores and run events with. That's obviously going to support the Journeyman and or a campaign and or just straight up, casual throwdown games. Inside the current OP kit is the old command cards, and you guys will have had a sample of one of the new command cards, and we're going to talk about those a little bit. I think that's the next slide, isn't it? Oh, genius. I'm really happy with that link. That is a great question. I'm glad you asked that, and I will pass you over to someone who knows. No, even better. You can't buy them, but what you can do is you can earn them in the Iron Arena this weekend and get your full set of cards. They're going to be tournament legal from June. The reason why we're going to hang it out until June is because we have OP kits that currently have the old cards in them. We don't want to invalidate them. We're looking to kind of roll those through, and it's going to take us until that point in time. So absolutely play with them because they are a lot more fun. I want to talk to you a little bit about the design theory behind them. Again, going back to onboarding new players into the game, it was sometimes quite intimidating to look at the number of command cards, realize you hadn't picked the right subset of command cards for that particular game, then you get caught out, and it just had a feels bad kind of air to it, especially for a new player. So we've taken 10 command cards and consolidated them down into 5 command cards. Every player has the same 5 command card. Each command card has 2 effects, and we have paired effects. You only get one of the effects when you play the card, and then it's gone. So now you have to choose between Blessings of the Gods or Lucky Penny, because that's on the same card now. So now it's actually a specific choice. And what we've seen in playtesting is incredible. It just frees you up, and it just makes you have to think really carefully about the timings, and it now becomes a lot more meaningful when you use these command cards. I'm going to hand over to Jamie because I think he should be, and hopefully you guys are going to cheer and clap and tell him the work that we did with the January update has gone down really well, and you guys are really enjoying it. So I'm going to hand the mic over, but you need to make a lot of noise for him. Go, go, go.
Well, I hope you like the January update. It was a lot of work, so. But yeah, no, so far we've seen what we feel is an extremely positive reaction to the January update changes. One of the stats that we saw earlier today that we really loved actually is, as you can see, from January 21st to today, there's been over 4,000 games recorded on Longshanks. The same period last year, 2,000 games. The audience is growing, everyone's playing Warmachine, everyone's having a good time. Almost double the number of events recorded on Longshanks. Previously underused models are now seeing play, and as far as we're seeing from anecdotally reporting from players and from podcasters, players are feeling like they're able to play anything. So hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. It seems like you are. Sherwin?
Thank you very much. So casual play. Hands up who's downloaded the Tales from the Frontline doc? Are you having fun with it? Then we'll carry on doing it. Tales from the Frontline came out in came out in February. What we've actually realised is there's a really wonderful cadence to the year, insofar as we do the January update and the Steamroller pack gets updated at the same time, because that makes sense. That's typically going to be January. February is now going to be the casual play pack or the Tales from the Frontline. That's going to be updated yearly in February time. That normally, that to us, signifies the beginning of the season, and the season will run through key points like AdeptiCon, Lock and Load Europe, Lock and Load US, but you have the WTC event where the lists get locked. That generally signifies where the meta is kind of firmed up, and that enables us to then start the whole process for us to start looking at the next January update. So it's actually a really nice cadence, but the thing that I want you guys to take away is Tales from the Frontline is here to stay. The feedback we've been getting on it is incredible. We're very proud of the work we've done with that. Thank you, thank you. Just go back one. Just go back one. So, for those of you who don't know what's in Tales of the Frontline, there is 3 distinct parts to it. Part number 1 is 6 scenarios that are designed to get you into the action a lot faster. And again, I had a little bit of an epiphany when I was chatting to someone about the what it actually represents when you're playing these 50-point games, because I'm a big fan of 50 points. I think it's a lot of fun. It scratches all the itches that I have, but it means I can get 2 or 3 games in at my local game store, because we have like 3-4 hour sessions at the game store. So we can get 3 games in if we're really quick, 2 very comfortably. But it still feels like I'm playing Warmachine. It still feels like I'm getting something out of it from a competitive perspective, as well as a hell of a lot of fun. And the way I described it to someone is, if you took a 100-point game and a 100-point steamroller scenario and just zoomed in on just a small theater, I'm stealing that from Cosmo, a theater in that larger tabletop, that is what you're actually playing there. So it's a smaller number of objectives. You're into the action a lot faster. You have a limited amount of assets available to you to try and win the game. And that's the challenge, is how can you win the game from the current game state, which is this smaller footprint. So we're having a lot of fun playing 50 points. And we are actually folding it a lot into our playtesting. It's an incredible way of developing the packages within your army. It gives you a brilliant understanding of what works with what, and then the ability to then combine these packages to get up to those higher points is actually a lot easier, I find, than just jumping straight in 100 points with a brand new list. So definitely download it, definitely have a look at it, and definitely give us the feedback and let us know what you like and dislike about it. The other thing in there is a Journeyman League. Now, that's nothing new. Confession time. This is my first Journeyman League this year. I've been playing Warmachine since early 2000s, and I've never played in a Journeyman League. We're playing in one of my local club, having an absolute blast. So if you haven't tried a Journeyman League, it's brilliant. Quite frankly, I believe that I'm going to be a better player with. I'm playing Baronova. I'm going to be a better player with Baronova by the time at the end of the Journeyman than I would have been if I jumped in at 100 points right from the beginning and just plowed through, because I'm understanding a lot more those component parts, and I'm building my list around those actual experiences rather than just theory machining stuff. You know, when I'm sitting on the loo or whatever. I'm actually a real experience. But the best bit in the whole document is the campaign system, and I think Sherwin's going to chat a little bit about the campaign system with you.
So how many of you guys have played the campaign yet? And I'm expecting, no, yes. I have at least one of you who's been doing some of this stuff. So the campaign is the meatiest, chunkiest part of what this pack is. The other parts, obviously, by nature, are a bit more ready for, you know, learning the game, demos, that sort of stuff. Campaign is really where we get to have some fun, plugging in lots of interesting random events where we start to plug in kind of some of the interesting rules that we can layer into what your games are. We could do really intensely asymmetric setups and all sorts of interesting stuff. And effectively, it's a really good way of approaching that sort of that experience where people want to chain their games together. They want to have connective tissue between what these games they play are, and really build this awareness of what the Iron Kingdoms is and start to tell their own stories. And this is just the beginning. So think of Tales from the Front Lines, this version, to be really us building up what this system is in preparation for. We can start doing all sorts of stuff from here. We can start going faction specific. We can start going with some really interesting locations of special rules. We can start layering all sorts of interesting, like just scenarios that come in. Like anybody who's played played Street by Street, and the guys who are at the the narrative tables this weekend are playing a variant of that with the Scrum, which I know they've been enjoying quite a lot. That sort of stuff is. Thank you. So that's the sort of thing we can start doing with this, and it really changes the way you look at Warmachine as a game, really changes the way you start to make your decisions on the tabletop. It's super entertaining, it's super fun. Encourage all of you to try doing this, because it's as Matt was saying, it makes you a better player approaching it in an unorthodox way.
War stores. So we all wouldn't be here today if we didn't have our amazing LGSs to play at. They do an incredible part of helping this hobby grow, helping you guys create local communities and play together. So our War Store program, we launched it last year, earlier this year, like last year. It's literally doubled in size since we've done it, and the amount of stories that we have from retailers that said it's just been the best thing for their stores, the amount of growth they've had from that and how it's helped the community has just been, honestly, it's just brilliant. Like, we just come back from Gamma, and again, the response has been insane for this program. It is obviously one of the big advantages of this is it means that some of the direct lines that we do via our website, the stockists that can actually get in the War Stores can get those for you as well in the stores. That has been predominantly in the US, but that is now being rolled out in Canada and Europe very soon as well. So we're going to have that service. So yeah, we're going to continue to grow our War Stores. And honestly, if you've got a local game store that hasn't got the program yet, would love to work directly with us to get Warmachine in your stores, we have chucked the email up there. So drop them a message. Manufacturing update, another part of the more ongoing one, but very important one. If we go to this one, yeah. We are constantly improving. We look at everything we see. When we see any mistakes or any issues as well, we address them. We're constantly improving. We've done new resin formulas, bespoke resin formulas that we've made, introduced in a lot of our latest releases, and the quality and the expectation has been great from everyone that's received them. You can see the growth, and I won't read all the stats out, but we've increased production across the US, across Europe, across the UK. And this is all helping us, meet the demand, essentially. Our biggest problem right now, and it's not a bad one, is the demand for Warmachine. It's absolutely insane. So we have really tried to ramp this up and hopefully get those waiting times down for some of the key products. And again, we appreciate all of you for the support you're doing in that and getting those pre-orders in, helping us grow, helping us scale the manufacturing. Officially licensed products, really cool business. So Warmag, very familiar in the UK and Europe crowd, but obviously it's starting to come over to the US now, which is great, okay? So we have a code as well, which is very kind of them. Awesome, awesome trade designs. Matt's got one if you want to see it. Again, I brought it along. Really good carry cases, magnetized sheets that go into the very useful boxes. And they've done a full range of different designs. They keep coming out with new ones. These are some of the ones you see there with the Crix ones, the Kado ones, really good. So really pleased to get that partnership on board. And again, now the fact that you guys in the US can get it, really pleased. I think you'll see a lot more of these. Broken Egg continues to be our token supplier in the US as well. So doing awesome tokens, doing all different types as well. Got a full release schedule of what's coming up as well to keep matching those releases. We are also increasing our tokens in the Europe as well. So we're going to be exploring some exciting partners there as well. Baron of Dice is awesome. You may have seen these. So brand new dice that have been released. So the Convergence dice and the Kithguard dice. But he's also done a very cool range of inserts, the Baron coins, which are awesome, right? So I think he's released them at AdeptiCon, so they've just come out. So these are available. They plug into measuring widgets or tape measures. It's a very cool system. Yeah, we're very privileged to be like some of the first licensed tokens that he's got there for some of the range of factions we've got out already. So if you haven't seen these, go and check him out. Does an awesome job. Frontline as well continues to grow as well. So we've got the Frontline gaming mat. So you can see the new Kithguard map. This is out on display as well. So really nice. There's more designs coming. So I think that's free in the market. There's another one coming. Again, for US suppliers, absolutely perfect to get the neoprenes, all officially licensed, all look absolutely amazing. Ooh, we got a video.
Hello there. Something shiny and new is on the horizon. Stamps from Goblin Hobbies are an alternative to decals, stencils, or freehand. We're excited to announce the official Warmachine stampin' plates. These stainless steel plates are etched with the designs that you crave. Choose a symbol, choose a color, and then use the silicone stamper to stamp your model. This works on a variety of surfaces, and it looks like paint. Oh, and it is fun. The official Warmachine stampin' plates from Goblin Hobbies are on the way.
So, very cool story here. We met last AdeptiCon on this one. So I met Brent and Casey, and they had this really cool concept. And like, do you want to have a look at this? And we're like, absolutely. We want to license that. Please work with us. So yeah, I'll hand over to the guys.
We just want to say that we're really excited about this partnership. You know, we've been doing the stamps now for about a year, and it's been going pretty well. People seem to like them. So we're really excited to see the Warmachine stuff and actually have paint on a model. So yeah, it's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. So yeah, you will see these. They should be coming out this year. So we'll see them soon. Yeah, go and check them out. They're pretty awesome. It's the best way of stamping we've seen. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. Next one. So Trainiacs. So we're partnered with Trainiacs. They do. So our official STLs that we do on My Mini Factory, if you want the physical versions of them, Trainiacs now print them. So all the US suppliers, if you just want to get sets of these, they'll be now launching them. The site is live now. So please go and check it out. Again, really good, cool terrain. You've seen some of it on use today and that. So, and I'm sure some of you got it on the MMF subscribe. But those who haven't got the printers can now buy full sets for the local game stores, etc. Or your home. This was cool. Can I welcome up Aaron and Jamie? Yeah, so for Galactic Armory. They've been very busy and got something to show you guys.
Well, hello, everybody. As I said, my name is Aaron. He's Jamie. We are Galactic Armory. We work on getting you in the props, armor, cosplay of your favorite characters, your favorite fandoms. And so last year, Rich reached out to us, wanted to work with us. So very happy to make some things, some props, cosplay armors that you guys can 3D print at home. We want to empower you guys to make the props and items of your favorite factions right at home.
Or just put it in your, gaming room just for a cool display.
Yeah. So we have something for you guys. We've made something that I think you guys.
It's quite a reveal.
So there you go, Rich.
Wow, look at that. Not gonna work. I gotta give him Matt. He's gotta go. There we go. Cheers, Matt. So yeah, we've if we go to the slides, the STLs are available soon.
The STLs are available as soon as I sit down in my chair and publish them. So you can either find them on the Galactic Armory Patreon or galacticarmory.net. So have fun with them, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, guys. So we absolutely expect plenty of Menites at the next show we go to. A full army of them. It'll be awesome. Yeah. So yeah, but go check it out. Obviously, the guys have done amazing work. We're super happy to see that. And this is the start of a great partnership. So yeah, thank you, guys. Forge Fire, this one, we're going to own up a little bit. We're a bit slow on this one. So I know there's a lot of support. So we know we announced it last year at AdeptiCon. We're working on this. We have definitely run into some issues with how we get the data out, how we get on the cards. We are absolutely progressing with it. It is behind where we want it to be. We'd love to have had them available now and be able to get them out. So we are working on it, though. As you can see, the designs are looking awesome. So we will have them this year. They should be out this year. It's just taking a little longer. So we apologize, but it is getting there. Yeah, we're getting it right. Yeah. Warmachine 3D. So we have quite a successful frontier at the moment. It is now officially the most successful frontier that's ever launched, which is awesome. Amazing, yeah. We were planning to do these armies throughout the year, but we thought, you know what, there was so much like demand from Lock and Load and that, you know, Matt and his team absolutely killed themselves to go, right, can we get it out? And they've done an amazing job of bringing these three armies, updating them, giving them a kind of HD remaster kind of approach, and bringing them back into the fold. So the reception, again, thank you so much for supporting us on this one. We can see the 149 with the amazing $300 deal to get these back out there, fully playable armies. And again, if you're sat at home thinking about, do I want to get into Warmachine and just want to try it, the 3D printing side has been brilliant. We've had so many people come up and say, paying $10 to get someone into playing Warmachine, testing it, it's been a great thing. It doesn't hurt our retail. These are not retail products. These are digital products. We don't cross the streams there. And it's a really complementary way of playing Warmachine. And we believe in this modern world, supporting 3D printing into the fold is better than just ignoring it. So, yeah. Speaking of that, the Farm Fall. So, the Farm Fall complete in September. The response has been great. We've got some pictures in a second to show these. Should I reveal, Matt, the next army that we're doing after Farm Fall? Do you want to stand up? No? Okay, no. Maybe? No, I'm not allowed to. Oh, I'm getting bad choices. Oh. I had to zoom in on this one. Oh, it's small. Oh, who is it? Is that Terminus? Ooh. Can't say any more yet. So yeah, tune in to Lock and Load EU on that one, I say. So I can't go too far yet. Maybe that's a hint. But we have some cool new models. So there's still more to come and a couple more, still some surprises for Farm Fall we haven't shown yet. But the Cavalry we talked about, Lock and Load, but there's the models painted by Sherwin. So yeah, looking really wicked. The Warmachine Digital. So the app subscription, if we go on the next slide, we are now working with a new studio, so on the app development. So again, the work that's done when we took over this was great, but we still want to really progress this further. It's an area I think there's still more improvement. So we've been working with a new studio and doing a great handover to them. So Warhol will be taking over kind of the control there, and we can really help to get some of the features we really want to get into this app. Still, the annual subscription was really well received when we introduced it. Giving Nostellar Aberration, the amazing hips kit you've seen, and seen that and played, and sending it out to everyone who's got the 12-month subscription was great. But it'd be great if we had a new one, right, that comes this year. How about this one? So yeah, we have brought Constance Blaze and Gallant back, and Gallant's got a bit of a glow up. He's now an 80 mil. So yeah, that seems to be our theme, just give it an 80 mil. It makes everything better in life, right? But yeah, so Constant Blades and Gallant are coming out with the new app subscription. So that will roll over 12 months, and then this will be the new model you get. So yeah. We've also got some cool mini crates coming. So again, mini crates, we said we got a very cool Gravedigger Alistair Kane coming. So a real twist on that one. So won't be in that pose, more like the other pose. So yeah. We definitely need with FA6 more primalists. So another primalist, so we're not just got the same sculpt 6 times. That'd be nice. Yeah. And a new booty boss. Yeah, so bring the OG Krillstone back. So everyone needs a second booty boss, and Krillstone is a perfect fit for that. So yeah, Mini Crate keeps to go. We are continuing developing it and working out for new things we can do in Mini Crate, so we'll keep supporting that. Now an interesting bit.
So we might mention these guys at Lock and Load US. Does anyone remember? Did we just slipped it in there quietly at the end? This is going to be a bit of a tease, I'm not going to lie. What I guarantee you're going to end this keynote knowing when Menoth are going to come out, and I think that's going to be the biggest takeaway. But that's not nearly as interesting as showing you some stuff, is it? I'm just going to let the words speak. The pictures speak for us. So, yeah, Stalos, Shield of the Righteous, big chunky boy. I don't believe he is on a 30 mil. I think he's on a 40 mil. Yeah, that's the concept art. So we've stepped him up to 40 because when we start getting art like this coming through, those models need to go onto a bigger base. So Stalos has gone onto a bigger. Who wants to see the model? Yeah, the Menoth models are shaping up to be really, really exciting. I'm really enjoying painting them, testing out a whole bunch of ideas. What's my next one? So I get to hang out with loads of cool people, and one of my favorite people are Henry and the rest of the gang from Cult of Paint, and he and I often pontificate on what would be cool different paint schemes. I don't know if anyone's seen the Behemoth that he put onto his Patreon. We talk a lot about alternative paint schemes. We know that it's a lot of feedback that we get from you guys about what are official alternate paint schemes. So I've been messing about with a Arsenal-flavored Menoth paint scheme. And Henry's been messing about with a very cool, cool blue and warm fire scheme. So expect a lot more about Menoth to be coming out. But when are they coming out, China? I don't know, Matt. Let's see the timeline. It's the roadmap. It's like a perfect link again. I've only seen this deck once. Straight on the heels of Fane, Menoth are going to be coming out, so that makes Lock and Load US an incredibly important show to be at. So if you can, make it to St. Louis, right? Yeah, be at St. Louis, because it is going to be a Menoth-tastic. But in between now and then, we are going to be running through the rest of the Kithguard for the next few months, straight into Fane of Nyrro. That will have a preview launch, Lock and Load Europe. And then we're going to go through the summer with Fane of Nyrro, and then it's going to be into Menoth. Digital roadmap is a lot simpler. The Thornfall Alliance is dominating for this year, but then someone is coming on a big spooky ship towards the end of the year. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the next digital army, and I can't wait to show you the models that we've done for that. But that is for another time. I apologize. We're going to tease you a little bit and hopefully drag you to the next show. But I remember a really cool video that we did at Lock and Load US. We spent all our budget on that, so instead we got a load of pictures to show you. No, I'm joking. No, I am joking. We don't have a video, but we do have some very cool pictures, and we have some super heavies for the remaining factions. So let's start with the first one. Do you want to talk a little about this one?
Do you want to know some gameplay? So, Imperatus has the Phoenix forms, which show that you can have this model in 3 different states. You pick one in a given turn, and it'll give you some quite serious bonuses. They'll include things like Ghostly, moving through buildings, in addition to other effects on top of the Ghostly. You'll have Sidestep. These effects also apply to some of the ranged weapons on Imperatus as well. So picking that form in the correct turn is incredibly important. Being Imperatus, you're going to have to kill this model twice. The difficult question you're going to have to ask yourself is, where is Imperatus going to be after the first time you kill it? Who knows? Should we have the next one? What do all Chimera models need? More wings. Had the pleasure of building a prototype version of this in the weeks before we came out to lock and load. I wanted to try and bring it with me, but I could not fit it in my carry case. It is taller than a wyvern. So, yeah. So the gameplay for the Shadow Seraph is, it is very different to a wyvern. It does not play like a wyvern at all. It doesn't hit as hard. What this thing does is it causes your opponent a massive problem, because the more they attack it, the more difficult it is to kill. It has multiple different defensive animi, and every time you attack it, it gets to cast one. So the next one. Let's have the model. Steady, steady. So with old Scuttlebutt, we wanted to kind of know what it would be like to have a Brine Blood Marauder transport. So when Scuttlebutt's moving, it's going to drag models along with it. And then its animus allows those models to move or charge through it after it's moved them. Going to be taking those Brine Blood models and slingshotting them at your opponent.
It's kind of a tradition, the next slide. Well, we're trying to make it a tradition. Surely that's everything, Matt. No, what about the... Well, you've forgotten about so-and-so. Oh, more Menoth. What do we want to see? Who have I forgotten? Who have I forgotten? Who have I forgotten? So, do you want to talk a little bit about who Bandit is?
So how many of you guys played Warmachine Tactics? So those of you who did will remember a young Alison Jakes in her journeyman Warcaster days being given a charger called Bandit as her first warjack. This is where that warjack ended up. So when she obviously survived throughout all of the claiming, all of the wars that got her there with this charger at her side, with Bandit there, acting as a faithful guard dog. And now, when she became in command of the Gravediggers, we upgraded. Can we move over to the next slide and see the picture? This is badass.
And that truly is the keynote for AdeptiCon 2026. On the behalf of everyone at Steamforged, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today, playing Warmachine, having fun, playing in the right way. It means so much to us. We're having the times of our lives, and hopefully our joy is spreading over to you guys, and you're having the time of your lives as well and enjoying your hobby as much as we're enjoying creating it. So thank you very much.